Right, back out here again for the second time on the highways of Hedges, the Chief Lesson Concourse on this March the 3rd, 2026, on this Tuesday afternoon. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahawah, Yahawashi, and the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and the Son begat the Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahawashi. Those are the true names of the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashkabash, the Holy Tongue. And I say Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles, Akim Akwaf, and I say Shalom. So back out here again, once again, for the second time on the highways and hedges, the Blessed Concourse on this March the 3rd, 2026, on this Tuesday. And as always, the body Yahawashi, for giving us an opportunity, chance to come out and do so, lifting up the names of Yahawah, Yahawashi, and the Wadi Yahawashi. And this is the book of Second Edges, the 9th chapter. This is Second Edges, chapter 9 and verse 2. It says, then thou shalt understand it is a very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which you made, right? The highest was the Heavenly Father. He's going to visit this earth now, so whatever which you made. So we see in these tornadoes, earthquakes, landslides, floodings, famines, pest plagues, etc. So that's an increasing uptick of the Heavenly Father visit this earth now, so more than ever. Second Edges, chapter 9, verse 3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars, people world. Right, so high magnitude of earthquakes in the uproars, people world, they're going to see more signs of that, And this is the book of Second Edges, chapter 15, verse 4. It says, behold, saith Yahawah, that I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Because we know the Heavenly Father, he's a righteous, balanced judgment power. Because there's no peace of wicked. That the Heavenly Father do judgment onto the wicked, because he's a balanced power. So that's why he's going to visit this earth with these famines and pests and plagues, and that's what we're seeing. Second Edges 15 verse 5, it says, behold, saith Yahawah, that I will bring plagues upon the world. Right, that's what we're seeing, the Heavenly Father bring plagues upon the world. It says, in sword, famine, death, and destruction. So it's going to be an increase in famine, sword, death, and destruction, and the plagues that Yahawah shall bring, because he's a righteous, balanced, just power. And this is Psalms 18 verse 7. Psalms 18 verse 7. It's the book of Psalms 18 verse 7. It says, then shall the earth shook and tremble, and the foundations of earth, so the hills will shake because of wrath. Right, so we're going to be seeing the great shaking from the Heavenly Father visit this earth with these great earthquakes, and that's what we're seeing. I spoke about this earlier. I would say about an hour ago. You had a earthquake between the border regions of Nebraska, and the borders of Nebraska and some other area, if I'm not mistaken. You had a 4.1 earthquake to a 4.7 earthquake between the borders of Alaska over there in that region. So that shows you that we're starting to see the increasing uptick of the Heavenly Father visit this earth with these tornadoes, earthquakes, landslides, floodings, famines, pests, plagues, etc., which we're so used to hearing about, but it starts to increase, and that's what we're seeing. And just like I mentioned, you had a 6.3 earthquake over there in Indonesia as of yesterday, and then you had a 6.1 earthquake over there in Japan, and the 6.0 earthquake over there in Japan, I would say, for the past 2 days. So that shows that we started to see the Heavenly Father visit the earth with these weather-like conditions. These historical earthquakes, tornadoes, landslides, floodings, famines, pest plagues, etc. And we've been seeing, what was that, for the past 2.5 months? This fire weather alert. When we had these unseasonable temperatures, these unseasonable temperatures, they've been having this fire weather alert. So that shows we're starting to see the Heavenly Father visit this earth now, so more than ever. He's going to continue to do so now, so more than ever. Psalms 18 verse 7. It says, then the earth shook and trembled, and the foundation also, the hills of the world was shaken because of wrath. Because the Heavenly Father's angry with the wicked every day. You look at that definition of wrath, because the Heavenly Father's angry with the wicked every day. That's why he's saying that judgments of him visiting the earth with the great shakings, with the earthquakes, and as we're seeing. And as of recent, we've been seeing sinkholes in different parts around the world. Which that's common, but we're starting to see that increase. That shows that that's an indicator on a day-to-day basis. At a modern day alarming rate, we start to see the Heavenly Father visit this earth now, so and that's what he's bringing, visitation and judgments on the planet Earth, and that's what we're seeing, And this is Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, prophet Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 2. It says, Behold, the power of Yahawah has a might and a strong one, which is a tempest, a storm, and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters shall cast on the earth with their hand. As the prophet Isaiah was mentioned, the heavenly Father is going to visit this earth with storms and tempests. He should come down to earth, with a mighty hand. That's what he's doing, It says, shall cast on the earth with a mighty hand. And so we start to see the heavenly Father cast down the earth cast down the earth with his hand of their visitation on this planet Earth. It's like that Psalms 18 verse 7. So he's going to visit this earth with these historical weather-like conditions, and that's what we're seeing. So that's an indicator we're going to see the heavenly Father really now so more than ever visit this earth, because he's a righteous, boundless, just and power. This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. It says, Thou shalt be visit of Yahawah of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, storms and tempests, and the flaming by fire. And so Yahawashi is going to visit this earth with these storms and tempests and flaming by fire. So that's an indicator we're going to see the heavenly Father visit this earth, and that's what we're seeing. And this is the book of Luke 21, precept today. And this is the book of Luke 21 and verse 11. It's the book of Luke 21 verse 11. It says, in great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Right, just like I brought out those scriptures about those earthquakes. So we're going to have these high magnitude of great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. It says, a great earthquake shall be in diverse places. It says, there shall be famines and pestilence, and fearful sights and great signs shall be from heaven. Right, so the Heavenly Father showing us these fearful sights and great signs shall be from heaven. And what's that, second Hedges, the 9th chapter? That the Heavenly Father is going to visit this earth with these plain beginning and powerful works and any effects of signs. So he's going to show us more and more of these great earthquakes, these famines and pests and plagues, and fearful sights and great signs shall be from heaven. And this is the book of Luke 21, verse 25. It says, there shall be signs in the sun, and the moon, and the stars, and upon the earth the distress of nations will perplex the earth one. Right, just like that recent blood moon earlier this morning, the linear eclipse from last night. So we're starting to see, it was like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, because the time zone was kind of different of seeing the blood moon, in different parts around the world. So these are signs that Yahawashi is showing us. These are signs in the sun, and the moon, and the stars, and upon the earth distressive nations will perplex the earth one. So that's the balance of that's the balance of Yahawashi. And this is the book of Matthew's the 24th chapter now. Then I'm going to get to that second Hedges as I reference for edification's sake. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, which goes into ethnos, and there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. So we're going to be seeing the uptick of more and more earthquakes in diverse places, the famines and pestilence plagues, nation against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. So that's something that will continue to increase that Yahawashi spoke about. Now, if we bring out that, that second Hedges. And this is the book of second Hedges. It's the book of second Hedges, chapter 9 and verse 6. It says second Hedges, chapter 9 and verse 6 from the apocryphal books of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, it says, even so the times also the highest, which the Heavenly Father have plain beginning and powerful works and any effects of signs. And that's what the Heavenly Father showing us, these powerful works and any effects of signs. And he's showing us the signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. Just like I mentioned, that blood moon that took place earlier this morning. And I believe they said the next blood moon won't take place until the next couple of years, if I'm not mistaken, over here in America, in different parts of different countries, like a year later. Because they like in between different years. They're saying the next blood moon is gonna be like until the one is gonna be like in June of 2028, and then the other one is gonna be in 2029. So these are rapid increasing signs that Yahawashi is showing us. So he's going to show us more and more of these plain beginning and powerful works and any effects of signs before he makes his return. Because once all these biblical signs and these prophecies come to pass fulfilled, we know he is near, even at the door, like it says in Matthew 24 chapter that he mentioned that. Now, if we bring out that Ecclesiasticus, because we know the Heavenly Father, he's a righteous, boundless, just, power. And this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, You know, he's a long-suffering power. He's a merciful power. And he's a man of war as well, too. Like it says now, Exodus 15 verse 40. So we're going to see the Heavenly Father visit this earth with that righteous judgment, righteous mountains of judgment of it visiting the earth. And that's what we're seeing. And this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 29. It says, fire, hell, famine, and death, all these were created for vengeance. Right? So fire, hell, famine, and death, all these were created for vengeance because we know the Heavenly Father, he's a righteous man, just power. Verse 30. It says, teeth of wild beasts, and scorpion, and serpents, and sword, the punishment, the wicked to destruction. Right? Because there's no peace to the wicked, because the Heavenly Father bring that righteous judgment on the planet Earth against the wicked, you know. So that's a sign that we're going to see the Heavenly Father visit this earth. Now I'm going to bring out that Isaiah 45 verse 7. Then I'm going to bring out that Ecclesiasticus. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring out that Ecclesiasticus instead. Then I'm going to bring out that Isaiah 45 verse 7. And this is the book of Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 14. It says, for Yahawah shall bring every work into judgment, and every secret thing, whether it be good or be evil. Right, so whether it be good or evil, because we know the Heavenly Father, he's a righteous man, just power. And this is the book of Isaiah. Yep, it's the book of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. Yep, this is the prophet Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. It says, I form the light, I create darkness, I create peace, I create evil. The Heavenly Father, does all these things. Right, so the Heavenly Father, he does all these things because he's a merciful power, he's a righteous power, and he's a judgment power as well too. So that's the balance of the Heavenly Father, you know, as the prophet Isaiah was mentioned. That's the balance of the Heavenly Father, you know. So he creates darkness, he creates light, he creates evil. The Heavenly Father, he does all these things. He creates spirit created for vengeance, you know, create for vengeance on human beings, on animals, you know, whatever the case may be, you know. And then he bring that mercy. He's a merciful power. And he's a righteous judgment power. That's the balance. That's the balance of the Heavenly Father, you know. Was that Ecclesiastes 12 verse 14 that I just read. So I'm gonna leave it at that. This is the book of Isaiah. Yeah, switch up the top, bring out that Isaiah, and then on top of that, the words of the Heavenly Father doesn't go on void. Just like these prophecies doesn't go on void, the words of the Heavenly Father doesn't go on void. And this is Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11. It says, so shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth, and it shall not return into me void. Right, so the words of the Heavenly Father goes throughout the whole planet Earth. So the words of the Heavenly Father doesn't go on void, as Isaiah was speaking, that the Heavenly Father words doesn't go on void. And this is the book of Matthew's 24th chapter. And this is the book of Matthew chapter 24. Yep, it's the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 35. It says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Right, so the words of Yahawashi, which is the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, his only begotten Son, Mashiach, their words continue on throughout the generations of years, because we know the Heavenly Father, his only begotten Son. You know, they today, today, it's still the same. They never change, you know. So they from the ancient of days, the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, Mashiach, because the Heavenly Father, he doesn't change, like it says in Malachi 3 verse 6. And so whatever Heavenly Father has in store, it has a balance. You know, it doesn't change. He doesn't change. It doesn't matter how many years and generations go by. You know, the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, Mashiach, doesn't change. So that shows that the words of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son